morning. John Bowen here with you on News Talk WTIM for the News Talk WTIM pregame show. Coming up, we have a semifinal game between the Galesburg Silver Streaks and the Taylorville Tornadoes. The winner of this game advances to the championship tonight to either face Sterling or IVC at 8:30. Taylorville defeated IVC last night by 15 points, final score 79-64. With the win, Taylorville is still sporting their perfect record in this tournament at 3-0, and they now are the number one seed out of the purple pool. Jace Bergschneider was a man on a mission last night. Exploded for 37 points against IVC after only scoring 3 in the afternoon game against Rantoul. Jace's 37 points put him 2 points away from outscoring the top 2 scorers for IVC. The turning point in the game hinged on 2 technical fouls being called. In the second quarter, Justin Wright and Camden Woolard picked up some double techs, and Taylorville will go on a 14-0 run. And we're now going to be joined by head coach Ryan Brown of the Taylorville Tornadoes.
You got me?
Coach, yeah, we got you. Coach Brown, appreciate you stopping by. And we're just kind of recapping again Jace's night last night. You've had a night to sleep on it, and you got to wake up feeling pretty good knowing that Jace really seems to be back to being his old self.
Yeah, it was a tough way to average 20 points yesterday, that's for sure. Funny, I think his dad or his mom or brother or something said, before the game, Jace, well, you only have to score 37 points tonight to get your average, and he did.
So you're going to tell him, Jace, you only got to score 50 today against Galesburg now? Let's talk about the Silver Streaks. They seem to have some size down low. A 6'4" senior and a 6'5" junior. Kind of something where we've seen Will Kettlecamp battle size before, a couple 6'8" forwards earlier in the season, but never really 2 that are 6'4".
We've been battling some size this season, and we're going to do that just because we're small. But we do things within our system that try to counter those things, and whether it's offensively we try to spread you out, or defensively we're trying to make teams run their offense way away from the basket and front the post. So we do things to try to counter size.
Coach, your starting 5 does a lot of the heavy lifting for your team in terms of scoring, but the bench has been very effective, especially in this Christmas or in this holiday tournament. How much does that kind of bring a smile to your face as a head coach, knowing that you can turn to your bench in a time of need?
Well, it's huge in a 5-game, 2.5-day tournament to be able to get in. I mean, we have 7 starters. It's simple as that, with Brandon and Justin in there, and those guys do a fantastic job. We talk about the bench mob all the time and getting 10 points, 10 rebounds every game. We had a really poor rebounding game as a team completely last night, but I bet our bench guys had 10 assists. So we found a way to get 10 and 10. It just wasn't the conventional way. And Brandon was spectacular getting those passes into Jace, and I think Jace owes Brandon some McDonald's or something like that, because Brandon was responsible for at least 14 or 16 of those points.
Absolutely. Coach, good luck tonight. Appreciate you stopping by.
All right, thanks, guys.
Again, that's head coach Ryan Brown with the Taylorville Tornadoes. We're going to continue our News Talk WTIM pregame show. We were talking about the technical fouls that were called. Justin Wright and Camden Woolard each received a double technical after play that saw Woolard draw contact at the rim. Taylorville again would respond with a 14-0 run to open the game wide up. Woolard would then end up spending the final 11 minutes of the game on the bench after picking up his second tech with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. He had 16 points at the time of his second tech, and losing him for the night would prove to be fatal for the Grey Ghosts. Tonight it's Galesburg standing in the way of the Tornadoes as they try to reach the championship for the second time in as many years. And Galesburg lost a heartbreaker to Sterling last night, 48-45. The 1 seed in the purple pool against the 2 seed in the gold pool, getting ready to fight it out for their right to play in the championship that's coming up next with tip-off on News Talk WTIM. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM for the pregame show. Bruce Berry now joins me as my color commentator. Bruce, we heard from Coach Brown leading into this afternoon's game. Yesterday, 2 games for the Tornadoes. It was a tale of 2 Bergschneiders. Again, game 1, just the 3 points, and he'd finished with 37 in game 2. Folks have been worried recently about Jace being under the weather. I think he's feeling back to normal now.
He came out and played well. I talked to his mother today before the game, and she said she made him spaghetti the night that he got sick. So usually he eats McDonald's before. So from now on, before the game, it's going to be McDonald's. That's what she told me.
That doesn't seem like something you want to put in your system before running around for 32 minutes like Jace does. But hey, to each their own, and if it's working, we won't change it. Galesburg, in game 1 for the Tornadoes, Bruce, they had a tough one last night, falling to Sterling, again by just 3 points. For their team, how did they regroup after such a tough loss?
Well, they got off to a good start last night. I think they led Sterling by 8 or 9 in the first quarter, and Sterling just came back, and it seemed like they wanted the game a little bit more. So Galesburg has to pick up their intensity in order to compete with Taylorville. Taylorville's playing well, shooting the ball well, and on their home court, Taylorville's a tough out. So look for Galesburg. They have to pick up their intensity in order to have a chance.
Bruce, we saw the refs get involved in the game last night with those technical fouls. Both times had a huge impact on the game for the Tornadoes. They really came out and responded, as you'd love to see your team do. But, Bruce, what is it about these Tornadoes really being able to respond with nothing but positivity after those techs? It seems like cooler heads really prevail.
Well, I think it's just the maturity level that Taylorville plays with. With 9 seniors on the roster and their leading scorer just a junior, the seniors seem to pick up and realize that the referees were calling that game tight last night, and maybe the referees got too involved in the game last night for us. Thank you.
Living and dying by the 3 ball for the Tornadoes so far this season, Bruce, and they've been living good so far, shooting nearly 40% from beyond the arc. High volume of 3s for Taylorville, but they aren't just chucking up 3s left and right, hoping to hit one, hoping one goes in. These are some more high-quality shots from deep.
We have 3 excellent 3-point shooters, both the Livingstons and Ryan S., and they're 18 to 20. They're 22-foot shots, like a lot of people's 8 or 10-foot shots. So they're good shots. They're open and they're putting them down. I think we're shooting. Nick Livingston shot the lights out yesterday in the first game, and then Jack came back and scored 18 last night. So we got excellent 3-point shooters, and we're a tough team to beat when we're shooting the ball well.
And then also, let's not forget about Justin Wright and Brandon Odom coming off the bench. They hit some big 3-pointers in yesterday's contest as well. Justin Wright connected on a couple. Brandon Odom even found a way to throw one off the side of the rim and kiss it off the glass.
Correct. They both got all the accolades in football, both very good football players, and it takes a mature individual to step up and play a lesser role in basketball and come in when they're needed and play as well as they have. And it looks like this team's got everything well under control right now.
Excellent point, Bruce. As always, appreciate your insight. Coming up shortly, we've got the Silver Streaks and the Tornadoes ready for action in the semifinal number 1 in the 8th annual Taylorville Holiday Tournament. Starting lineups and tip up next on News Talk WTIM. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Well, we were going to jump into Bruce's keys to the game, but he's going to win AWOL. I'm here alone right now, so I guess I'll just fill the air as best I can. Let's go with some starting lineups. For your Tornadoes, it's the same starting five we've seen all year, and I think for Coach Brown, his thought process behind that is, if it ain't broke, folks, don't fix it. Nick Livingston, Jack Livingston, Ryan S., Jace Bergschneider are your 4 guards, and then Will Kettlecamp is your lone forward. He stands 6'4", weighs 185. He's a senior and averaging right around 7 points a game. Jace averaging 20. Nick averages 14. 11.5 for Jack, and Ryan S. just shy of 10. But folks, let me tell you this, Ryan S. can absolutely fill it up from deep. Unlimited range, and he lost 65 pounds this offseason. We were talking with Coach Brown preseason. He said it's like when Ryan S. showed up for the first day of workouts, he kind of had to do a double take, didn't really recognize him. He said having Ryan S. down to his playing weight he's at now, it's like getting a grad transfer. They can trust Ryan S. on defense. He's got more mobility, and he can create his own shot now as well. Your starting lineup for the Silver Streaks is going to be Nicholas Fields, Keith Cunningham, Eric Price, Quinn Anderson, and Jalen McCants. Now, Cunningham and McCants are the 2 forwards. They stand 6'4" and 6'5", so some size down low might be an issue for the Tornadoes. And again, the 3 guards, Nicholas Fields as well as Eric Price, and then Quinn Anderson. Eric Price, their sophomore guard, he's their go-to guy. He is one of their better players, if not their best. He's averaging over 10 points a game and shooting 35% from deep. Bruce Berry kind of to join us back here on the News Talk WTIM pregame show. And Bruce, we need some keys to the game for you. For the Tornadoes, how do they top Galesburg in this game and give themselves that championship matchup tonight?
Well, just play like we have the first 3 games. Come out, shoot the ball if we get an open shot, play good defense, and just play hard. We seem to be the most talented team here, and play with our heads up and play hard.
Brandon Odoms, you already said that time? He said 25 today.
25.
25 today.
He might have 25 turnovers before he'd have 25 points. But no, he's out there, and he gives out the effort. So appreciate the effort.
Oh, Bruce Berry, the mayor of Taylorville, not afraid to go there. For Galesburg, what do they got to do? Again, they're coming off a tough loss to Sterling, a 3-point loss, 48-45. They got to really turn this around pretty quickly against a strong Taylorville team.
Well, they're a little bit taller than us inside. They're going to have to get the ball inside and play defense. They got to guard our shooters and play with a lot more intensity than they did yesterday against Sterling.
Absolutely, and Bruce, it looks like all Tornadoes healthy except for Foraker again. He's in street clothes. But we should see the regulars for Taylorville. Taylorville in their home whites. Not the throwbacks today, folks. They're going with the currents. And Galesburg, rather, is in their road yellows. Anthem starts now. We're taking a break on News Talk. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Starting lineups being announced for the visiting Galesburg Silver Streaks. They are led by head coach Michael Reynolds in his 11th season as the Silver Streaks head coach. They are 8-5 this season, 1-3 away from home, and then 3-1 in neutral site games. This counts as a roadie for them as they're taking on the Tornadoes at their home court of the Dolph. Again, your starters for the Silver Streaks: Nicholas Fields, Eric Price, and Quinn Anderson, the 3 guards. Price just a sophomore, Fields and Anderson both seniors. And the 2 forwards down low, 6'4" senior Keith Cunningham and a 6'5" junior Jalen McCants. McCants averages double figures, as does Price, as does Cunningham. Off the bench, Justin Inhofe averages 9.3. Now your starters for the Tornadoes are led by head coach Ryan Brown. He's 59-42 in his career at Taylorville, looking for win number 60 against Galesburg this afternoon. They are 10-1 in the season, 9-1 at home, and they are led by a senior-heavy lineup. 4 seniors and a junior. Nick Livingston, Jack Livingston, Ryan S., and Jace Bergschneider, all your guards. Jace Bergschneider, the lone junior, and Will Kettlecamp, the forward down low, will round out your starting 5. We are ready to go. Anthem has been wrapped up. We've got high school basketball action for you here on News Talk WTIM. It looks like McCants is making his way to the center circle to jump, and we'll see who the Tornadoes counter with. It's been Ryan S. before. It's been Will Kettlecamp. It's going to be S. Interesting. Ryan S., a 6'2" senior. The one jump ball he took this year is actually kind of funny. He swatted at it on the way up before the other player even had an opportunity to jump. And they both jump before the referee even tosses it. A lot of anticipation. And it's won by McCants, and we're underway. Here's Fields with the ball, gets it across half court, over to McCants on the left wing. Back to Fields up top. Swings it over to Anderson with the ball now. Fields on the right wing, trying to find McCants down low, no luck. Here's Anderson. Shot fake on a deep 3 by Price, and he gets it in the corner. I think that's Anderson working, a little block, and then they say he threw it out of bounds.
They'll start out in a 3-2 zone.
3-2 zone normally means you're trying to pack it inside. See if they can force the Galesburg Silver Streaks to shoot. Here comes Bergschneider with 30 seconds gone in this competition. Now Nick Livingston on the left wing. Will Kettlecamp up top, over to Bergschneider on the right. Here's Jack Livingston. Straight away 3, it's good. Jack fouled his shot like it was off. 1 for 1 from deep. 3-0, Tornadoes have the early lead. Here's Anderson with it now on the right side. Gets it up top to Fields. Tornadoes sinking back in their zone. Here's Price now. Again, Price just a sophomore. Anderson up top, trying to find Price on the right corner, or McCants down low, no luck. Now working on the other side, that's Cunningham. He leaves it short. Rebounded by S. Will Kettlecamp coming down the lane. Nobody stops ball, and he kisses it off the glass for 2. 5-0, Tornadoes on top. Fields to Price. Cross court to McCants. He's coming down the lane. Leaves it for Cunningham. Picks up his dribble in the back spot. Fields straight away 3. It's good. So there goes the shutout. 5-3 Tornadoes. Bergschneider spins, and he's fouled. Cunningham picks up his first. Cunningham doesn't like the call, but Bergschneider will go to the line for 2, where he shoots 67% going into this tournament.
Jace took the ball to the basket again, just like he did last night, John.
He has a killer drop step on that spin move. Connects on the free throw. He's got 1. 6-3 Tornadoes on top with 6:20 left to go in the first quarter. Jace's second free throw up and good as well. Perfect 2 of 2 from the line so far today. 4-point lead for the Tornadoes. Here's Price with it. Trying to get it across half court. He finds Anderson in front of us. To Fields now. Still got to beat that 10 count, and they finally do. as Fields is across half court. Price now, back to Fields up top. Come to the right side, Anderson, he'll retreat to the top of the key. Trying to get a screen from McCants, shakes Nick Livingston, and Will Kettlecamp almost has a steal. Kicks it off his shoe. That's kind of a jump ball there between Will Kettlecamp and Keith Cunningham. Fields will take it out of bounds underneath his own, underneath the bucket. Finds Price in the corner, quick trigger three, no good. Rebounded by McCants. Ripped that away from Will Kettlecamp. McCants tries to spin, he's off the glass for two. 7-5. Bergsteiner throws off the side of the backboard. He's fouled, and it looks like he might have twisted the ankle. Favoring the left side. But he'll go to the free throw line for two. Coach Reynolds not happy about something with the official. Bergsteiner connects, and he is grimacing in pain. He's got three.
Looks like it's his hamstring rather than his ankle.
Cunningham picks up his second foul. No sub at the scores table. Bergsteiner knocks them both down. 9-5, Tornadoes on top. We'll see how effective Jace is. Price was there on the left side. Gets to Fields up top. He's dribbling into a three, thinks better of it, gets it back to Price on the left. Price, the sophomore, with the ball, gets it over to Anderson, the senior. Anderson looking to work. Finds Cunningham down low. He's working against S. Floats it up. Wow. Not a strong rotation. Ball drops. 9-7. Bergsteiner gets to the rim. I think he's feeling all right. 11-7. Jace has 6. 5 minutes left to go in this first quarter.
We haven't missed a shot yet. 4 free throws, 2 twos, and a 3.
Almost an over and back as they find Fields. Price, left corner three from the lefty shooter. He drops it. He's got 3. It's a 1-point ball game, 11-10. Do the Tornadoes have an answer? We'll see what they're cooking with. Bergsteiner with it, getting a screen from S, coming down the lane, spins, up for 2, off the back rim, no good. Rebounded by Anderson. Bergsteiner, I think he thought there was some contact there, no call. Here comes McCants down the lane. Leaves it up top for Anderson. He takes a step back 3. It's on the way, it's good.
All 5 starters for Galesburg have scored, and they lead 13-11.
13-11, Galesburg on top, their first lead of the game. Here's S with it on the right corner. Trying to beat his man Price off the dribble, no luck. He now finds Bergsteiner. Bergsteiner being guarded by Jalen McCants. That's a 6-foot guard against a 6'5" forward. Jack Livingston to Nick Livingston cutting, it's good for 2. Tie ball game, 13-13 with 3:55 left to go in the first. Ryan S., the lone starter for the Tornadoes, yet to score. Anderson on the right wing, gets it to Fields up top, and they trade places with Anderson getting the handoff. Over to Price on the left wing. Anderson, left corner 3 on the way, looks too strong. That was almost off the glass again. Fields, straightaway 3. It's up, rims out. Rebounded by Cunningham. Look, there's some contact there, but Cunningham gets it up for 2. Bergsteiner is fouled. Let's see who they put that one on. If that's on Cunningham.
That'll be on McCants, I believe.
They do put it on McCants. It's first. I'm going to say it's on the floor, so Jace will not shoot. Will Kettlecamp checks out of the game. Here's Brandon Odom.
Jace is a hard matchup for anyone. They're playing the 6'5" junior on him right now, and Jace has got too much quickness for him. But if they play anybody smaller on him, he just takes them to the hole.
Brandon Odom in the game. He is a prolific passer on the football field as well as on the basketball court. He threw that one up wildly. Maybe got away with dragging the foot. Price has the rebound, and he's bringing it up. Fields with it. Up top, Anderson, left corner 3, wide open. On the way, no good. Rebounded by Ryan S. Here's Odom with it now. Finds Jack Livingston down around the rim. He goes up on the right side from the left, and it's good. He's got a foul. 15-15 tie ball game. Price, cross court to Anderson. He's on the far side now. Up top to Fields. They'll set up their offense. 2:30 left to go in the first quarter. We got a whistle. I think it might be 3 in the key on McCants. Looks like it is. Coach Reynolds doesn't like the call. A foul on McCants. No, a foul. Well, he's really not going to like that call now because that's McCants' second.
Galesburg picked up 4 early fouls. Taylorville has not fouled yet.
2 on Cunningham and 2 on McCants. Those are their 2 forwards, and that's really their size advantage.
Look for Jace to try to take McCants to the hole here to try to draw his third.
Jace leaves it for Odom. Odom's coming down the lane, and there's another foul. That might be Cunningham's third. And do we got a technical? We do have a technical. I think Cunningham's getting a little too chirpy. The foul's on Price. The technical's on Price. Okay, so Price now has 2 fouls. And timeout Galesburg. It's going to be a full. We're going to take a break here as well and try to sort things out. Back with you here in a few on News Talk. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Hey, let's mention Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated. They provide professional quality craftsmanship. Their location at 405 West Main Cross in Taylorville, where they're fully insured and bonded. That's Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated, a proud sponsor of the Taylorville Tornadoes. Coach Reynolds out inside the three-point line in front of his bench trying to talk to the official. He called a full timeout and did not even address his team. He just wants to hear from the officials. We might get another tech here. Galesburg got to keep their cool. They're hanging around it. It's 15-15, and I'll tell you what, we'll see if the story stays true for Taylorville. Anytime a technical has been called in a game, they have came out and just responded. Reynolds is about to blow a gasket here. They got to settle him down before he picks up another tech. Brandon Odom's going to go to the free throw line to shoot his 2 free throws. These are for his foul that was on Price. So he's got 2 coming, and then they'll see who shoots the free throw for the technical. Odom at the line, 1 dribble, calm, cool, and collected, chucks it up, and it drops. Odom's on the scores table, or on the scoreboard rather, with 1. 16-15, Taylorville on top. Now 17-15. Odom knocks them both down. And Bergschneider's going to step up to the line to shoot the tech.
He's already made 4. And he makes that one.
He's got 7. At 19. Folks, it was a tie ball game before that exchange.
Taylorville makes all 4 free throws and gets the ball now. This could be a 7-point trip down the floor.
And Reynolds is still letting the officials hear it from his sideline. Bergschneider with it inbounds with a wry smile on his face. Jack Livingston with it on the left corner. Checking the game, Justin Inhofe guarding him. Here's Bergschneider, he'll retreat dribble. 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Back to Jack on the left side. Gets to Odom, over to Jack Livingston. To Nick, back to Jack. 3 on the way, leaves it short, rebounded by McCants. A 4-point lead for the Tornadoes, and here comes McCants. Oh my goodness, just letting it go. They're going to say that was tipped by Bergschneider. Okay, it was. Inhofe just let that one go. I thought it was going to be a turnover. Ooh,
this is really going to test Galesburg bench. They got 3 guys with 2 fouls in the first quarter.
Price with it now. He's one of them with 2 fouls still out there. Same with McCants. Also checking into the game, Mitchell Sampson for the first time. McCants down low, kicks it to Price, corner 3. No good. Tipped out by Bergschneider, but right to the hands of a waiting Fields. He'll float it up for 2. No good, too strong. McCants with the board, and he gets it out and cleans up the mess. He's got 4. 19-17. Tornadoes up by 2. Trying to find a cutting Ryan S. They get it to Bergschneider, who saves it inbounds, but it goes right to the sub in Inhofe. Had an open 3, but passing it up, getting it to Fields. And it foul called on Taylorville, a sarcastic cheer.
And the Galesburg sarcastic cheers. The first foul is called on Taylorville with 1:07 left.
Ryan S. picks up that foul.
Galesburg inbounds the ball underneath their own basket. Taylorville playing man-to-man now.
Here's Fields with it. He gets it over to Price on the right side. Justin Wright has checked in for Jack Livingston. Fields up top now, gets the ball from Price. He's guarded by Bergschneider. Over to McCants on the left wing. Back to Price. Price gets the screen from McCants and S switches it. Fields now looking for McCants. Up top to Inkoff. Over to Fields on the right side. He wants a screen. He gets it. Bergschneider pokes it away, though. That didn't work. Bergschneider, an easy 2 on the way. He's got 9 in the first quarter. 21-17, lead back up to 4. That's the biggest it's been all game. Out of bounds.
Throw it away.
Taylorville forces the turnover with 22.1 left in the first. And they will probably more than likely hold for the last shot.
Coach Reynolds is still not happy with the officiating. He thought the reach in by Bergschneider should have been called a foul. It led to an easy bucket.
Bergschneider gets it across. There's 10 seconds left now. Spin move, gets it to Nick Livingston. Quick trigger 3, it's good. Nick Livingston with 5. Trying to answer Endhoff. Leaves it short, no good. Taylorville will take a 7-point lead into the first quarter break. I'm John Bowen on News Talk WTIM. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Before we start the second quarter, let's mention Doug McKinney. He's your Country Financial Agent Player of the Game. That'll be with you in the postgame show. Bruce Berry has that for you. Doug McKinney, Country Financial, where they grow with you. Also your Big Smile, or Central Illinois Smiles Family Dentistry, Big Smile of the Game. It's a way to put the biggest smile on our fans' faces tonight. Don't forget to ask about custom mouth guards for athlete smile by contacting Doctors Lewis and Harmon at CISmiles.com. On the floor for the Silver Streaks, it's going to be, let's see here, Sampson as well as Fields. Cunningham back in with his 2 fouls. McCants still out there with his 2 as well. And the one man we are missing would be Endhoff. There we go. Your 5 for the Tornadoes. It's Bergschneider, S, Nick Livingston, Justin Wright, and Brandon Odom. S with it now up top. Gets it to Wright on the right side. To the left to Odom now. He's coming down the lane. Drop step, spin move. Up through some contact, no good. Rebounded by Justin Wright in the left corner. He gets up top to Ryan S. Thought about a deep 3. He's driving down the lane though now. Cut off by McCants. Finds Bergschneider cutting, and he scoops it up to 2.
He's got 12.
He does have 12. 26-17. The 9-point lead, the biggest it's been for the Tornadoes all day. Coming down the lane, it's Sampson. He throws it up. How did that drop? Sampson's got his first 2 and a turnover on Taylorville.
That's Taylorville's only 2nd turnover of the game so far, John.
26-19. Lead still at 7. And Reynolds still chirping with the official. Doesn't like what he sees for some reason. But he's got the ball. Cunningham with it. Not yet across half court. Now Fields will bring it up. Back to Cunningham on the right side. Over to Endhoff in the right corner. He goes cross court to Sampson. Down low to Cunningham. Somehow makes its way to him. He throws it up off the glass wildly, and he gets to go. He's got 6. 26-21. Tornadoes lead down to 5. Bergschneider fakes the handoff. Gets it to Brandon Odom up top. Finds a cutting Ryan S. What a pretty pass, but S can't finish. Here comes Endhoff now. He gets it to Cunningham. He's looking to go all the way. He does. Leaves it short. Rebounded by Brandon Odom. Saves it from going out of bounds. He's got his head up looking to make a pass. Finds S in the corner. That's the shooter you want with it. He connects. 3 ball, Ryan S. 29-21, lead up to 8. Here's McCants with it in front of the score, or in front of our table here. And they call defensive foul on Bergschneider. Coach Brown wanted an offensive foul, saying McCants shoved Bergschneider out of bounds. But Bergschneider picks up his first.
That's just team second on Taylorville.
Taylorville shooting free throws the rest of the way. Nick Livingston sits down, as will Ryan S. Jack Livingston checks in, as does Will Kettlecamp. Here's Antoff with it now. Guarded by Justin Wright. Gets over to Fields. Again, Tornadoes sinking back into their zone. Sampson with it, back up to Fields. Down low to McCants. He had position, but poked free by Brandon Odom. Some quick hands. Swiping down on the ball. 6 minutes left to go in this first half. 8-point lead for Taylorville. Fields gets it in the right corner. Out of bounds from Inhoff. He goes off a double screen up top and connects on the three. His first 3 points. 29-24, Taylorville up by 5. Jack Livingston trying to start the offense. He's fouled. Scoops up for 2. Are they going to give him continuation? Nope, they're going to call it 1-on-1.
Called that foul on the floor. Jack went ahead and continued, made the bucket, but it will not count.
One thing I've noticed about both the Livingstons, they don't seem to be very chirpy. Just kind of calm, cool, and collected. They just go about their business on the court.
That's correct. Jack misses the first of the 1-on-1.
Free throw rims out for Jack Livingston. He was shooting 100%, so Nick missed one last night. Jack misses one this afternoon. Fields gets it across half court with 5:30 left to go in the second quarter, rather. Intoff with it. He's going to set up the offense. He just hit a 3, finds Cunningham down low, working against Brandon Odom, and Odom gets called for a foul. And again with the sarcastic cheers.
His first, the team third.
You're allowed 1 sarcastic cheer per game. If you start doing it too much, it kind of loses its effect. Wyatt Shirley and Nick Livingston will check in. Justin Wright and Jace Bergschneider will sit down.
Jace won't be out long, but maybe a minute.
Bergschneider was kind of walking around gingerly earlier. He seems to have knocked that off. McCants on a back cut. He's found. He's got 6. 29-26, lead down to 3. Here's Kettlecamp with it now. Odom trying to find someone cutting. Does not. He takes it to the rim himself. Kisses off the glass for 2. Odom's got 4 points. 31-26 with 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Fields with it now to McCants. Picks up his dribble, not yet across half court, but he'll find Sampson. Cunningham down low, and that's going to be a charge. Brandon Odom takes it away.
That's Cunningham's 3rd foul, and Eric Price is going to check in for him. He has 2 fouls. The 8th foul on Galesburg. It would be a non-shooting foul because it was a charging foul, and Taylorville leads by 5 with 4:47 remaining.
Quinn Anderson also checks in. Anderson checks in for Fields. Wyatt Shirley, the sophomore, out on the court. Brandon Odom has his pocket picked by McCants. He tried to go behind the back dribble and just lost it. Shirley tries to draw a charge. Out of bounds, McCants loses it. And I'll tell you what, Galesburg can't believe it. They thought that ball was tipped by a tornado.
Coach Reynolds is not very happy with the officiating in this first half.
Shirley brings it across half court, gets it over to Brandon Odom. Odom wants a back cut, throws it, but Price held on to Livingston, didn't let him make his cut, and Odom trying to plead his case with the officials. Odom's seen an occasional holding penalty on Friday nights. Sampson with it, gets it to McCants. He's at the top of the key, coming down the lane. Odom called for the foul, and McCants will shoot 2.
That's Odom's 2nd. McCants is a very good-looking, athletic 6'5", and we're having trouble stopping him underneath.
He has 2 fouls. Price has 2 fouls. Cunningham on the bench with 3. Ryan S. and Jace Bergschneider are going to check into the game after this first free throw. McCants on the way, no good, leaves it short. 31-26, Shirley and Odom sit down. McCants' second free throw up on the way. It's no good. Rebounded by Will Kettlecamp. He was being held by Price. Price got away with not picking up his 3rd foul. Bergschneider across half court, setting up the offense. They're stacking the right side. Now they're getting in the hands of Ryan S. Kettlecamp, Livingston, Bergschneider. Finds a cutting Kettlecamp off his chest and picked off by Price. That's not a foul, the fans that are arguing for it. Turnover on Galesburg. Nope, they're going to give it back to Galesburg.
That was tipped away by Jack Livingston. Probably a good call by the official.
Inbound pass finds Sampson from the hands of Anderson. To Price. He thought about the three. Instead gets to Intoff. Down low Sampson. He goes up strong for two. No good. Over the back. Should have been called on McCants. Going to argue about a foul call. That should have been it. 31-28. Lead down to three again for Taylorville. Bergschneider spins. Mid-range jumper up, no good.
Blocked by McCants.
Price with it. Gets it to the shooter Intoff. No good. Rebounded by McCants.
Flat-footed, he grabbed that rebound.
Price up top. Head fake on the shot. Bergschneider picks the pocket, has it stolen in the passing lane. Leaves it for Nick Livingston, who leaves it short on the layup. 3 minutes to go in the first half. A 3-point ball game. Tornadoes with the lead. Price picks up his dribble in a tough spot. Sampson's going to chuck up a three. He connects. Tie ball game. 31-31. Sampson connects on that three. He's now got five.
That was
call a foul?
That was a foul on Ryan S. Positioning for a rebound. And so Taylorville gives up a three, and plus Galesburg will get the ball out of bounds underneath their own basket.
S picks up his second foul. We are having a timeout called by Coach Ryan Brown. Hey, let's mention again Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated, a proud sponsor of the Taylorville Tornadoes. They're located at 405 West Main Cross in Taylorville, where they are fully insured and bonded. That's Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated, a proud sponsor of the Taylorville Tornadoes. So Bruce, kind of a little bit of a run here for Galesburg. It was 31-26, a 5-0 run for Galesburg. How did the Tornadoes answer?
Well, it was a 10-2 run if you go back to when it was 29-21. Galesburg is just outplaying us right now. They've came back from adversity and really are playing well and out-hustling Taylorville.
Anderson takes out of bounds under his own bucket. Sampson with it now up top, coming down the lane. Close up for two, and they got a lead. 33-31.
He's got 9 off the bench.
Livingston with it at the free throw line. He's working. Floats up for two. It's good. What an answer there by Nick. He's got 7. Tie ball game, 33-33. 2.5 left to go in the first half. Bryce gets it across half court. Over to Anderson. He's looking for help after picking up his dribble. He finds Sampson. Cross-court pass to Inhoff. He's coming down the lane. He floats it up for two, no good. McCants with the rebound. He misses as well. Finally grabbed by Ryan S. after a couple chances there for Jalen McCants. Here's Will Kettlecamp. No one stops ball. That's going to be a charging foul. A little bit of an acting job there by Price, but they give it to him. They're playing with intensity. You got to give them that.
That's Kettlecamp's first to team 6, so they'll be shooting from now on also. The fouls at one point was 6-0 Galesburg. Now it's 8-6. So a game like this, the officiating usually comes into play, and now the fouls are about even, and the Galesburg fans have settled down a little bit.
Price, after picking up that charge, grabs a seat and Fields checks back in. Cross-court pass saved from going out of bounds by Inhoff, and then stolen by Jace Bergschneider. He's now looking to run. He leaves it for Nick Livingston. 3-ball on the way. No good. Rebounded, though. Actually tapped out of bounds off Jack Livingston. Galesburg's ball with 1:41 left to go. Tie ball game, 33-33. Here's Anderson with it in front of us, about to cross half court. Gets it to Fields. Fields coming down the lane, kicks it to Intoff. Corner three, that looks short, it is. Bergschneider gets the rebound, wrestles it away from Intoff. He's got McCants coming up behind him. He pokes the ball free. It should be Taylorville's ball. It is. Bergschneider thought it was a foul. Ryan S. with it will take it out of bounds.
And McCann sits out with his 2 fouls.
And Riley Milan checks in for him. Riley Milan, a 6'3" junior forward. Nick Livingston with it now, up top to Bergschneider, over to Ryan S. Jack Livingston now. He's at the top of the key. Finds Will Kettlecamp down low. Forces up a 2-point shot. All the way down, then all the way back out. Sampson with it now. 60 seconds left to go in the first half. Fields with it. Sampson, that's a 2-pointer. And it's good. That should make it 35. They do get it. 35-33. Toe was on the line. Taylorville down by 2 with 45 seconds. They're going to hold for the last shot. We'll see. Bergschneider with it. Gets it over to Jack Livingston, and they're going to get it right back to Jace. Yes, it looks like they're going to hold for that final shot. .25 seconds. Jace just killing clock. Coach Brown barking out instructions from his sideline. Sampson playing some suffocating defense. He's got to be careful if they foul. Taylorville goes to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Jack Livingston calls Jace up to get him the ball. He's got the baseline now. Spins, gets to the rim, up and in for 2. That's Jace Bergschneider for you, folks. He's got 14. Here comes Fields, chucks it up again, and no good off the upper left corner of the backboard. Finishing right where we started.
That was a fabulous first half of basketball put on by both teams.
A tie ball game, 35-35. Both teams heading to the locker room. We got the halftime show coming up next. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. This is the News Talk WTIM halftime show. John Bowen, Bruce Berry joins me. Let's take a look at our scoring recap. Well, a 5-0 run to start the game for the Taylorville Tornadoes. And wouldn't you guess they did with a 3-ball. Jack Livingston connects on the first one, and then Jace Bergschneider 2 free throws to give them that 5-0 lead. A 3-ball of their own for Galesburg. That was off the shot of Nicholas Fields to make the game 5-3. 6-3, Tornadoes hit a free throw. 7-3, they connected on both of them. 7-5, 9-5, Taylorville with the lead. Things will get notched up at 13 apiece with 3:55 left to go in the first quarter. And then a layup by Galesburg was the only action remaining in the first quarter. 15-13, Galesburg takes the lead at the end of one. 15-15, thanks to a layup from Nick Livingston to start the scoring in the first. I'm sorry, this is still in the first quarter. My apologies. I have an errant line there. Stop me, Bruce. 15-15, Tornadoes tied it up. 16-15, back and forth the rest of the way. Actually, Tornadoes were going a little bit of a run once it was 19-17, a 5-0 run to end the first quarter. 24-17 was your score at the end of one. Now we're ready for the second quarter recap. 26-17, Tornadoes get a quick 2, and that was by Jace Bergschneider. 26-19, 26-21, the lead got up to 8, 29-21, and then I'll tell you what, a 10-2 run by Galesburg to make it 31-31 there late. Back and forth the rest of the way. It was 35-33 with about 5 seconds left to go. Jace Bergschneider drives to the bucket, and another pretty spin move, as he's known to put on. He scoops it up off the glass for 2. 35-35, your scoring recap here on News Talk WTIM. We got first half scoring stats as well coming up next. John Bowen back here with your News Talk WTIM. It's the halftime show, 35-35 with 5:35 until they resume action. It's a tie ball game right back where we started. Let's look at some scoring stats here in the first half. First for the visiting Galesburg Silver Streaks. They were led by Mitchell Sampson off the bench. He had 11, all of them coming in that second quarter. Nicholas Fields added 3. Cunningham had 6, battling foul trouble. He's got 3 fouls. Eric Price just had 3 points, and he's battling foul trouble as well. He's got 2. McCants had 6. He's got 2 fouls as well, and Quentin Anderson, he had 3 points. Let's see if there's anyone we're missing. Yes, Justin Intoff had 3 as well. And then seeing action but not scoring was Riley Milan. That's your scoring stats for the Galesburg Silver Streaks. Now let's take a look at the Taylorville Tornadoes. They were led by none other than Jace Bergschneider, rather. He had 14, scored 9 in the first quarter, 5 in the second. Nick Livingston poured in 7 of his own. Jack Livingston had 5, all of them coming in the first quarter. Will Kettlecamp with 2, Ryan S. with 3, and Brandon Odom with the lone bench points. He had 4 off the bench. Brandon has 2 fouls, S has 2. Bergschneider with 1, and Will Kettlecamp with 1 as well. That's your first half scoring stats here on News Talk WTIM. Neither team yet to emerge from the locker room. We're going to take a quick break again. When we get back, we'll get Bruce's insight as to what we can expect the rest of the way. Should be an exciting 16 minutes of gameplay coming up here on News Talk WTIM. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Again, Bruce Berry joins me as my color commentator. And Bruce, interesting here, Sterling not yet leaving the court. They, okay, now they're off. They stayed around and shot around with Galesburg there for a little bit. 2 teams that matched up last night and in pool play for the gold pool. Bruce, a tie ball game. We got 2:30 till we're ready to resume action here at the Dolph. And head coach Michael Reynolds finally coming out of the locker room for the Silver Streaks. He was not happy in that first half.
No, he was very upset with the officiating, and the free throws a little bit there. Taylorville made 8 out of 9 free throws, and Galesburg missed their only free throw attempt. This is the first game that I can remember where a team made more three-pointers in the first half than we did. Galesburg made 5, where Taylorville only made 3 three-pointers. It doesn't mean we didn't take that many three-pointers. I had 3 out of 5 from the field for under 3. But Jace Bergschneider was, again, the man on the mission, taking the ball to the hole, and in the first half with 14 points.
You mentioned the three-point shots not really dropping. What has to change, Bruce? Are they two contested shots, or are they just open shots just not falling?
I really think Galesburgers came out with a lot more intensity on the defensive end and are guarding our three-point shooters, and that's opened up the middle a little bit for Jace Bergschneider. Even Nick Livingston's taken a couple baskets, the ball to the hole a couple times, and he usually doesn't do that. So if Galesburg's going to guard us on the three-point line, we're going to have to take the ball to the basket and win in there.
1 minute until game action resumes. Bruce, again, both these teams fighting for a chance to play in the championship. They will face either the winner of Sterling. The winner of this game, rather, faces the winner of the Sterling-IVC matchup. And IVC, they've got a tough test ahead of them. One of their star sophomores, Camden Woolard, is ineligible to play in that game because he picked up his second technical last night. So we'll see what happens in that game. That game immediately follows this one, and we are almost ready to go.
And Galesburg will inbound the ball to start the second half.
Galesburg has Fields, Price, Anderson, McCants, as well as Sampson, I believe. For the Tornadoes, it's back to their starting five: Ryan S., Jack Livingston, Nick Livingston, Will Kettlecamp, and Jace Bergschneider. Here we go, second half underway with Fields with the ball at the top of the key. Sampson on the left side gets it over to Price in the left corner. He finds cross-court pass on the right side. Anderson, he's coming down the lane. He's fouled. That's going to be on the floor. Let's see what they call it on. Looks like Ryan S. Ryan S. picks up his third.
That's his third foul. And then up comes Brandon Odom reporting for Ryan S.
We'll see how long.
17 seconds into the third quarter.
We'll see how long S is down. That's a big miss for the Tornadoes if he's unable to go with the foul trouble. Forcing a turnover are the Livingston twins. Jack taps it to Nick, and now Jack will bring the ball up. Gets it to Jace Bergschneider, and the offense is getting set up. Jace coming down the lane, off the glass, too strong, no good. Thought there might have been some contact for Jace, but no call. Here's McCants with it now. He finds a cutting Fields, up and in for two. 37-35, Fields has 5 points. Here's Bergschneider now. Odom up top, he's guarded by McCants. McCants was guarding Bergschneider early, and Bergschneider had too much speed for him to keep up with. Jack Livingston, Will Kettlecamp now on the left wing. Trying to find someone down low.
Sampson's guarding Bergschneider now, but he doesn't have any fouls, so that's probably the reason.
Odom backing his way down, shot fakes, gets it up for two. Strong move, Brandon Odom. He's got 6. 37-37.
He told us before the game he'd get 25, so
and you mocked him for it.
He's right on his way. He's got 6.
Anderson with it now. He's guarded by Odom. Has his crossover. Anderson up off the glass for 2. What a move. Anderson just his 5th point. 37-39. Bergschneider tries to answer, does not. McCants bring it up against Will Kettlecamp. Stolen. Outlet pass to Nick Livingston. He has to catch up to the ball. He floats it up. Blocking foul on Price. That's going to be his 3rd. Livingston will go to the line for 2. Bruce, what do you think of Price out there? He's rolling his shorts up. He's trying to show some skin. Was that you back in the day?
That's old style shorts. That's what we used to wear back in the 70s, John.
He's bringing it back. He's got his 3rd foul. Nick Livingston connects on the free throw. He's got 8. 1 point deficit for Taylorville. 38-39. Second one up and good. Never the net. 39-39, Knicks with 9 points. 6 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Fields gets it across half court. Stolen by Nick Livingston. Gets it to his brother Jack. Jack, hesitation dribble. He's in a bad spot. Needs to find some help. He finds Will Kettlecamp. Cross-court pass Odom. He's coming down the lane. Lays it up for 2. He was fouled by McCants, but no call. And then a late block. That ball was kicked by Will Kettlecamp. No call there either. Here comes Fields now down the lane. He gets a foul call and spins it up for 2. What is going on here, folks? 7 points for Fields. It's 41-39.
That foul was on Jace Bergschneider, his 2nd, the team's 2nd.
I've yet to hear a sarcastic cheer from Taylorville. The count for Galesburg for sarcastic cheers is up to 4. Fields misses the free throw. Odom with the rebound. Saves it to Will Kettlecamp inbounds. Kettlecamp should probably give it up. He's a forward. Gets it to Jace Bergschneider, the best ball handler for the Tornadoes. Now to Nick Livingston. Odom up top. Finds a cutting Nick Livingston. Almost loses it behind his back. And then he's fouled. That foul should be on Fields. And they think it's a travel. But the foul will be called. It's on Fields. Fields has his 2nd. 2 fouls apiece on the teams in the 2nd half. Inbounds pass gets to Nick Livingston's hands. Over to Jack up top now. Kettlecamp with it on the left wing. He's guarded by McCants, looking to take his man. He cannot. Gets it over to Brandon Odom, and Jace Bergschneider will reset. He gets a screen from Brandon, reverses the screen. He's spinning down low, up for 2, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line, and Sampson picks up the foul. Should be his 1st.
Jace just won't be denied. He's taking the ball right at him, spin move, and got fouled.
Sampson gave a look like you got to be kidding me, but there's contact there. Bergschneider's free throw on the way up, off the front of the rim, and good.
He's 7 out of 7 from the line today.
Well, knock on wood. Let's see if he can make it 8 of 8. Bergschneider up. Wouldn't you guess it?
Too hard, John.
40-41. Taylorville down by 1 with 5 minutes left to go in the third. Here's Anderson with it now. Cunningham is checked back into the game. He's got 3 fouls, including a technical. Try to find him down low on the post. No good. Rebounded by Will Cunningham. He gets it to Jace Bergschneider. Bergschneider will set up the offense. Tries to spin, cut off by Sampson. Up top to Odom. Nick Livingston with it. He floats it out. Jace Bergschneider saves it from going out of bounds. Here's Odom up top. He's guarded by Cunningham. Trying to take his man off the dribble. And he has his pocket picked by McCants. Swiped down by Livingston. I think that went out of bounds off McCants' leg. It does. Taylorville ball. What a play there by Nick Livingston, not giving up on it.
Tipped away by Nick.
I don't know what the complaint is there. That was completely all ball. It's easy to blame the official when your son messes up, I guess. Bergschneider with it now. He comes off a double screen, leaves it for Jack Livingston. 3-ball on the way, leaves it short. No good, rebounded by Cunningham. Still Tornadoes down by 1. 41-40 is your score with 4 minutes left to go in the third. McCants with it. Over to Anderson on the left wing. He's got a mid-range jumper. It's up on the way, and it's good. He got Odom up in the air. Anderson has 7.
That's Galesburg's biggest lead of the game, up by 3.
And Bergschneider's going to go to the line for 2. That's on Cunningham. It's his 4th. I think it's on Sampson. Nope, it's on Anderson, his first.
His first.
Team's 4th. Bergschneider misses the free throw.
He's 7 out of 9 today.
He's missed his last 2, though. See if he can get back on track. Justin Wright checks in for Jack Livingston. Connects. Jace has 16. 41-43. Tornadoes down by 2. Here's Fields with it now on the right side. Back to Fields from Inthoff. Down low to Cunningham. He finds McCants. He's driving down the lane. No good. Off the glass. And rebounded. Falls in the hands of Will Kettlecamp. There was probably some contact there. Could have been a foul call. Almost stolen by Cunningham. Odom goes up for 2. And a blocking foul called. And that is going to be on Inthoff, I believe. It is. Inthoff picks up his first.
And Brandon Odom will go to the line for 2.
Fans on Galesburg side getting chirpy. Odom misses the free throw. They've missed 3 of their last free throw attempts, the Tornadoes have. Odom trying to fix that with the second. It's up, and it's good. Odom's got 7. 42-43. Lead down to 1 for Galesburg. Here's Sampson with it. Gets to Fields on the right side. Back to Sampson on the left. Over in the corner to McCants. 3-ball on the way, no good. Rebounded by the Silver Streaks. Timeout called by Coach Reynolds.
Justin Wright came in for Jack Livingston the last dead ball.
And Justin Wright, known for the defense, you'll see Jack will be out there when they need some scoring. Justin goes out there when they need to shut someone down defensively. While we got you here, let's mention Doug McKinney. He's your Country Financial Agent Player of the Game that's coming up in the post-game show. Doug McKinney of Country Financial. Ready to go with you, and also be listening for your Central Illinois Smiles Family Dentistry. Big smile of the game. It's a play to put the biggest smile on our fans' faces tonight. Bruce, you got any early insight for your play of the game? A couple that are coming to mind.
Too early to call right now.
I
got 3 or 4 in mind right now, John.
He's a man of mystery, Bruce Berry. He can't reveal all his secrets. Fields gets it inbounds to Cunningham. Now to Sampson on the left side. He's guarded by Nick Livingston. Up top, Enthoff, open 3 on the way. Looks good, and it is. He's got 6.
That was a pretty shot, and it's the biggest lead, 46-42.
46-42. Enthoff has hit both threes he's taken. Livingston with it now. That's Nick Livingston. Looking for some help. Gets it to Brandon Odom. Brandon Odom finds a cutting Justin Wright. He scoops it up off the backboard, no good. And Taylorville trying to get a steal, no luck. Gets in the hands of Fields. Enthoff now, he'll take a deep 3. That's well off. Rebounded by Jace Bergschneider. Bergschneider looking to run. Behind the back dribble. Finds Nick Livingston. Open 3. That's not who you want to leave, but he leaves it short. Rebounded by Justin Wright. Put back for 2.
Good hustle by Justin Wright. Made the defensive play and then came down, got the rebound, put it back in for 2.
44-46. Tornadoes down by 2 with 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Here's Enthoff now. Fakes the 3. Drives down the lane. That's a gimme call. He'll go up for 2. Will Kettlecamp tried to stay vertical. We'll see who they put it on. It is on Will Kettlecamp.
His second, the team third.
Enthoff got the free throw line. Price set to check in, as is Anderson at the scores table. Rattles out for Enthoff. No good. Smacks Sampson's hand in frustration. Jack Livingston will check in, assuming this free throw is made. Lane violation. Cunningham falls in. Jack subs in. Is Ryan S. going to get in as well? Ryan S. in for Brandon Odom. Justin Wright sits down. Jack Livingston back in.
Brandon sure gave us 4 good minutes there, scoring 3 points and had an assist.
Bergschneider gets it across half court. Here's Nick Livingston on the left wing now. He gets it up top to Will Kettlecamp. Over to Bergschneider on the right side. Jack Livingston, shot fake on the deep 3. Thought there might have been a foul. Ryan S. deep shot. It's good. Taylorville takes the lead back. Ryan S. his second made 3 of the day. Minute and a half left to go in the first quarter, or in the third quarter rather. Anderson coming down the lane. He leaves it short. Foul called late. If that's on S, it's his 4th.
Jace Bergschneider picks up that foul, I think.
It's Jace's
his
third. So Jace, Bergschneider, and Ryan S. with 3 fouls apiece. Anderson goes to the free throw line to try to tie it up, and he does. Anderson has 8. 47-47. Second one up. It's good as well. Lead back in the hand of the Silver Streaks. 47-48. Taylorville down by 1. S brings it across half court. He's guarded by Cunningham. Leaves it for Bergschneider. He's got an open lane. Contact. And they're going to say it's on the floor. No shot. It is on the floor. And that foul is going to be on Quinn Anderson, his 3rd. They're saying he pushed off, but it's hard to do when you have the ball in both your hands. For Jace Bergschneider. You got to love the officials in the stands. Will Kettlecamp gets the inbound pass from Jace Bergschneider to Nick Livingston to Jack up top, back to Jace now. Jace, spin move down the lane, cut off by Anderson. Ryan S. with it, guarded by Cunningham. Back up top to Jace Bergschneider. Nick Livingston with it now. To Jack. Nick looks like he's going down the lane, cut off by Price. Jack, spin move down low. Ryan S. shot fake on the corner 3. Down low, Will Kettlecamp scoops it up for 2. 49-48, lead back in the hands of the Tornadoes. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Expect the Silver Streaks to hold for the last shot. Price gets it across half court. Deep pass to McCants in the left corner. McCants looking for help. He gets it up top to Anderson, and they will hold.
Taylorville stays back in their 3-2 zone.
Enthoff with it now. He's a 3-point shooter. You got to get out on him a little bit if you're playing in the zone. Looks like it's more man-to-man now. Bergschneider, excellent ball denial. Here's Cunningham down low, and he scoops it up for 2. They got to get it in quick. They do. Bergschneider throws it up. It's good if it goes! Off the side of the backboard. No good. 50-49, your score. Taylorville down by 1. Fourth quarter action up next on News Talk.
And so Galesburg.
John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTM. I should probably give Bruce a better idea of when we're going back on air. Bruce, you just got me too involved in the conversation talking about this nail-biter of a game we've had through 3 quarters, 50-49. I can't remember the last time Taylorville was down going into the fourth.
Just against Lincoln's the only game I can remember, John, and there we were down like 16 starting the fourth, came back and cut it to 4 at the end. So,
what does Taylorville have to do to make sure that they end this game on a high note? Again, they only have to outscore the Silver Streaks by 2 to get the win, but I'm sure Coach Brown would like more than that.
I think Jace's going to have to finish a little bit better at the rim, and if we don't, make our free throws. It looks like Galesburg's going to be, we're in the bonus starting our next foul, so Galesburg will be fouling us.
Jack Livingston with it now, gets it to Jace Bergschneider, and just a dumb foul on Sampson. There's no better way to put it. He grabbed Brandon Odom, threw him to the ground, and Odom will go to the line for the one-on-one. Wow. Second foul on Sampson. Odom going to the line. Up and in. He's got 8. Tie ball game.
Right on his way to 25.
Again, he told Bruce 25. Waiting on the second free throw from Brandon. Up and good, another minute on that one as well. He's got 9, almost in double figures. 51-50, Tornadoes have the lead. Price will bring the ball up, the sophomore guard for the Silver Streaks. He gets it to Sampson, to McCants now in the far corner. Price up top, 3-ball on the way, looks off, and it is. Rebounded, though, by McCants. That should have been a foul on Bergschneider, no call. And they found Anderson up top.
That would have been a big foul on Bergschneider. That would have been his 4th.
Bergschneider had McCants by the wrist. Stolen, tip past Brandon Odom right to Jack Livingston. They were trying to find McCants. Ryan S. wants the ball. He's got it. Picks up his dribble, finds Jack Livingston in the right corner. He spins baseline, spins back, and up and off the glass for 2. 53-50. Jack Livingston has 7 now. He had 5 in the first quarter alone. Did not score in the second or third, but he's making them count when they need to. Price with it now. Cross-court pass. McCants saves it from going out of bounds. Open 3 for Anderson. It's on the way. Too strong. Price with the board. He goes up for 2. You hear a fan calling and 1 in the background. That's not an and 1. He wasn't touched. 53-52 your score. Tornadoes up by 1 with 6:44 left to go in this game. I think this is a little bit closer than probably the fans were anticipating, Bruce.
Yeah, I didn't anticipate the way Galesburg played last night in the second half. I thought they were about done for the tournament, but they really came out with intensity today, playing Taylorville on their home floor, and Galesburg really outplayed us since the first quarter.
Well, and especially, you look at the foul trouble they've had. Keith Cunningham, their leading scorer, Eric Price, their good sophomore guard, and then McCants as well has been battling foul trouble. And they're still in this game, just down by 1, and they've had a lead as much as 4.
Correct. And I look for Galesburg to pick up the defensive intensity and see if Taylorville can handle it. We need to keep Jace in the ball game, so I hope he doesn't pick up his 4th foul soon.
Out of the timeout for Galesburg, it's going to be Sampson, Cunningham, McCants, Fields, and Price. And out of the timeout for the Tornadoes, it's going to be S. Bergschneider, the Livingston Twins, and Brandon Odom. Taylorville's ball up by 1. And play will now resume out of the timeout. Bergschneider bringing it up, taking his time. Gets a screen from Odom. He's coming down the lane. Tries to spin. It's cut off. Here's Odom up top. Shot fake on the 3. Driving down the lane. Scoops it up for 2. No good. Livingston with the steal. Blocked by Price out of bounds. And I think Taylorville wanted a foul on at least one of those block attempts. Coach Brown does not seem too happy. Bergschneider gets it in bounds to Jack Livingston. Up top to Brandon Odom now. 6:30 left to go in the 4th. A 1-point lead for Taylorville. Ryan S. with it on the right side. Coming up top. Trying to find some help. He finds Jack Livingston. Jack loses his back foot. Otherwise, he might have had a free cut to the basket. Here's Ryan S. with it on the left wing. He picks up his dribble, gets it to Bergschneider. Bergschneider tries to spin. Sampson cuts him off, but Jack Livingston found on the cut. And wouldn't you guess it, it's Brandon Odom with another pretty pass. Maybe he was saying 25 assists.
Right.
55-52. Tornadoes up by 3. Price with it now. Gets it to Fields up top. Here's Sampson with it now, guarded by Bergschneider. Again, it's a little bit of a zone, soft man-to-man, if you will. Sampson had an open 3, doesn't take it, gets it over to Fields. Fields in front of his bench on the right side to Cunningham now. He's just outside the free throw line. Mid-range jumper up, looks good, and it is. That's a good-looking shot by Cunningham. He's got 10. 55-54 is your score. Bergschneider with it. He goes up for 2. Makes it. Finishing through contact.
He's got 18.
57-54 our score. Fields shot fake on the 3. 5 minutes left to go and some exciting action here in the 4th. Fields with it again, over to Price in the left corner. Cross-court pass on the right wing. They find Sampson. Sampson gets it to Fields on the left wing. Back to Sampson on the right. Over to McCants in the right corner. Price thinking about the 3. He's trying to drive. Finds McCants. 3-ball on the way. Looks short. It is. Rebounded by Ryan S. Shovels it over to Bergschneider. Outlet pass to Brandon Odom. Shot fake. Goes up for 2. And one opportunity, but no, it falls out. McCants picks up his 3rd foul. Great ball fake there by Odom to get his man in the air.
Justin Wright to check in, probably for Jack Livingston.
McCants has 3, Price has 3, and Cunningham has 3. Odom hits the free throw. He's in double figures with 10. 58-54. Wright checks in for Jack Livingston, as well as Intoff checks in for Sampson. Intoff is their 3-point shooter. He's 2 of 2 from deep. Rattles the second one home off the front of the rim. 11 points for
Got 11.
A 5-point lead for Taylor. Price with it now. Almost thought about taking a Ryan S. range 3, but instead gets it over to Cunningham on the right wing. Back up top to Price. Here's Intoff 3 on the way. That's a flop, but it goes.
He makes it and he flops.
Intoff has 9. 59-57. S gets the pass from Odom down low. Doesn't have a clear basket. We'll put it back out to Brandon. Back cut, Nick Livingston up for 2. What a pass! 61-57. Nick has 11. 3:30 left to go in this 4th quarter. Tornadoes clinging to a 4-point lead. They're in the double bonus the rest of the way, and a 10 count. Fields didn't get it across half court. A turnover. Taylorville takes over. Jack Livingston coming to check in. Justin Wright sits down. Galesburg sounds like they're about to riot behind us. Bergschneider with it. They're killing clock with 3:30 left to go. He gets it across before the 10 count. Here's Odom with it now up top. Shovels it off to Jack Livingston. He's at the top of the key. Ryan S. on the left wing. Nick Livingston comes out to get it. Fakes the pass for S. Odom in the left corner behind the back dribble. He falls down and throws it out of bounds. He just kind of lost his footing there. Turnover on Taylorville. defense for offense as Jack Livingston sits down. Justin Wright checks in. You want to talk about a player that knows his role, it's Justin Wright. He's not going to light you up for 20 points, but he'll hold your 20-point score to 6. Enthoff, corner 3 on the way. No good. Rebounded by Justin Wright. He gets it to Brandon Odom, and he's going to slow things down, getting it to Ryan S. now across half court. Timeout called by Coach Brown. Both teams heading to their bench. Bruce, we've already had one game going to overtime, almost had the second one. What are the chances we have this third game of the day going to overtime?
Well, that would really put the tournament behind schedule. We're already half hours behind schedule.
How uncourteous of them.
Hey, we're here to play basketball, so if we go into single overtime or double overtime, we'll be on the air.
And it has been a great game today between the Galesburg Silver Streaks, my apologies, and the Taylorville Tornadoes. Bruce, you like what Coach Brown's doing, subbing offense for defense? Justin Wright and Jack Livingston pretty much interchangeable?
Yes. Justin Wright, very good defensive player, and Jack Livingston, very good three-point shooter. So they're the typical offense for defense subs.
On the floor for the Tornadoes, it's Ryan S., Jace Bergschneider, Jack Livingston, Nick Livingston, as well as, who's hiding from me? Brandon Odom, there he is.
I'm glad they're leaving Brandon in, and because he's a very good passer, and he's developed into a good ball handler also.
Jace Bergschneider with it. Gets it over to Brandon Odom. Brandon Odom will find you if you're open, cutting down the lane. Tries to get it to Nick Livingston. Nick has to save it from going out of bounds. Finds Ryan S. and a timeout called by Taylorville. And it's going to be a full. Hey, while we got you here, let's mention Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated. They're a proud sponsor of the Taylorville Tornadoes. They're located at 405 West Main Cross in Taylorville, where they're fully insured and bonded. That's Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated. Also be listening for your Doug McKinney Country Financial Agent Player of the Game. Bruce has that for you. It's your Player of the Game from Doug McKinney, Country Financial, where they grow. With you, also be listening for your Central Illinois Smiles Family Dentistry Player of the Game. Display the big smile on our fans' faces tonight. Don't forget to ask about custom mouth guards for your athlete smile by contacting Doctors Lewis and Harmon at CISmiles.com. So Bruce, kind of clustered here for the Tornadoes, at least here late. With 2:34 left to go in the fourth, they've had to burn 2 timeouts here in about the last 30 seconds.
Yes, that second timeout was unplanned as Brandon almost threw the ball away. Ryan got it in the corner and was double teamed, and he alertly called timeout.
Keep in mind the Tornadoes are in the 1-and-1 the rest of the way. They'll shoot free throws. Just 4 team fouls on Taylorville, so still 3 fouls to go until shooting time for Galesburg. Same 5 for both teams out of the timeout. Ryan S. takes that out of bounds, gets it in bounds to Jace Bergschneider. He waves off Brandon Odom, sends him down low. Over to Jack Livingston now. Up top to Brandon Odom. Ooh, there's some contact from Cunningham. Finds a cutting Bergschneider, up for 2, no good, but a late foul called. Jace will go to the line for 2, and as that foul on Cunningham, it might be his 4th. Oh, it's on Price. It'll be Price's 4th. Bergschneider at the line for 2. Leaves it short, no good. They've left a handful of points at the charity stripe. Jack Livingston sits down. 4 is a handful of points, Bruce.
That's correct.
Bruce over here giving me weird looks. Jace Bergschneider trying to connect again. He's slowed down since his first quarter. He's got 19. 62-57. Lead of 5 for the Tornadoes with 2:15 left to go. Fields with it to Price. Thought about a deep 3. Goes down the lane, jump stop, mid-range jumper, rims out, no good. Rebounded by Brandon Odom. He finds Ryan S., who gets it to Jace Bergschneider. Those are the hands you wanted in. Jace needs some help. He finds Odom as he gets across the timeline. He spins. He's coming down the lane. Finds Nick Livingston, who has to save from going out of bounds. S saves it from an over and back. Justin Wright with it now. He settles it down and kills some clock. S with it, and there's a foul on Price. He's done. Eric Price picks up his 5th foul. Sampson will come and check in. Cheers from the Taylorville side, boos from the Galesburg side, but I don't know what you're upset about. He hip checked him. And that, folks, is illegal, just like a sick bird.
Ryan Ness at the line for his first free throws of the game. He misses the first.
Now they've left exactly a handful at the
Taylorville's in the double bonus.
S has his second one up on the way, and it's good. 63-57, we got some whistles. Nobody's picked up Inhofe yet. I think Odom's going to have him. Fields will sit down. Anderson checks in. 1:40 left to go in this contest, a 6-point lead for Taylorville. Anderson with it in front of us. He gets it over to Sampson. Sampson picks up his dribble. He needs some help. He gets it to Cunningham on the right wing. He's guarded by Bergschneider. To Inhofe on the left side. Anderson driving baseline, pushes off against Ryan S. No call. Inhofe up top. Over to Sampson now on the left wing. Coach Brown and the bench loves the defense they're seeing. Here's Anderson. Justin Wright on the defense. Cunningham thought about a deep three. We've got a whistle.
Timeout, Galesburg.
I was going to say, I thought it was a timeout. Or I'm sorry, I thought it was a turnover. 1:14 left to go. Taylorville up by 6. Bruce, what do you see happening in these final 74 seconds?
Well, I think Galesburg's going to have to foul us, especially if the lead stays at 6. So McCants has been very quiet since the first quarter. I think he got all 6 of his points in the first quarter, and then he picked up those 2 fouls. So I look for Galesburg maybe to try to get the ball inside to McCants.
And if you are the Silver Streaks, who do you have to foul, Bruce? Who do you send to the free throw line? We've seen Jace Bergschneider struggle from there here recently, only hitting 1 of his last 4 or thereabouts. But normally he's pretty consistent, calm, cool, and collected. Who do you think, if you're the Silver Streaks, who do you want to send? Who do you want to see at the free throw line?
I think if I was the Silver Streaks, and they probably wouldn't know this, but I would probably foul Justin Wright or Brandon Odom myself. The other 3 people are better shooters, Nick Livingston, Ryan S., even though Ryan S. was 1 or 2 from the line. I would not foul Nick Livingston if I was them.
Absolutely. Anderson gets it inbounds from Sampson. Sampson running to the left corner. See if they try to free him up for 3 on a back screen. McCants up top. 1 minute left to go in this contest. Inhofe for 3. He flops and they give it to him. My goodness. Brandon Odom picks up the foul. Inhofe's going to shoot 3.
It was way short, so Brandon either got his arm or the tip of the ball, so maybe a good foul, John.
Agree to disagree, Bruce. Inhofe connects on the free throw. He's got 10. 63-58.
He's got a very good-looking stroke. I wouldn't be surprised if he knocked all 3 of these down.
And a very promising acting career in his future as well. He gets the second one to drop. 11 now for him.
He's got blood gashing from his wrist, so
no,
Brandon
he does not.
must have got him on the wrist.
Folks, no he doesn't. Bruce is just working on his monologue for his acting class later tonight. Inhofe connects on all 3. No, he misses the third. Off the back iron, rebounded by Nick Livingston. Outlet pass to Jack Livingston. He floats it up for 2, blocked by McCants. And then out of bounds, that's going to be Taylorville's ball. And Galesburg is going to riot. Jack Livingston might have got away with 1.
I think it went off the guy. That was a good call. That was right in front of us.
S will take it out of bounds. You got to foul in a hurry here. S trying to get McCants to back up. Bergschneider gets it. He's got an open layup. Floats it up for 2, and he's fouled hard by Sampson. And they're going to call that an intentional foul. And we've got a fellow broadcaster. If you're hearing that tapping, there's a fellow broadcaster tapping his pen, I guess, in frustration. So Bruce's mic is picking that up. Bruce, here's what we're going to have to do for you, buddy. We can't have that the rest of the broadcast. You're just going to have to hold it, buddy, like you're giving a speech.
And
Jace, mayoral speech.
Jace will shoot 2 free throws, and Taylorville will get the ball out.
Jace steps to the line, gets it to drop. 64-59. Lead back up to 5. Lead back up to 6. Jace has 21.
Taylorville get ball underneath their own basket, up by 6 with 50 seconds left.
Bergsteiner will take it out of bounds. You got to foul quickly here. They're already holding Nick Livingston. They find Brandon Odom down low. He's fouled by Cunningham, his fourth. This place is going to explode from Galesburg if there's another whistle. 10 fouls, or rather over 10 fouls on Galesburg, 5 on Taylorville. Justin Wright will check in, offense for defense. Expect him to grab Jack Livingston. Free throw up and good for Brandon. He's got 12. 66-59. 48 seconds left to go. Fields sits down, and Intoff checked in for him.
And Brandon Odom
up and good.
calmly makes another free throw.
67-59. Killing some time here for the Silver Streaks. You can't afford it. Here's Intoff with it. He's driving baseline. S tries to cut him off. No good. Intoff scoops it up for 2. He's got 13. They've got 13 off their bench from Justin Intoff and 11 off their bench from Mitchell Sampson. Timeout called by Galesburg. 67-61. Tornadoes up by 6 with 36 seconds left to go. And Bruce, you mentioned you probably want to foul Brandon. Send him in line, but he's been Mr. Calm up there.
He's 7 out of 8 in the second half. 2 out of 2 in the first half, so 9 out of 10 for the game.
13 points for Brandon off the bench. Justin Wright has added 2 as well. Those are they're kind of tied for the 6th man for the Tornadoes. There's really a 6A and a 6B between Justin and Brandon. They really know their roles on this team, and 2 seniors that you mentioned it. They have all the accolades for football, and they're willing to take a back seat for the basketball team because it's for the good of the team. Odom is in a tough spot. McCants forces a turnover, and the foul is going to be on.
I think they're calling that on Ryan S.
Interesting. Coach Michael Reynolds called that foul before the officials did.
Galesburg will get the ball out as Taylorville's not in the bonus yet.
Ryan S. picks up his 4th. Inhofe checks back in for Fields. Justin Wright checks back in for Jack Davidson. Again, the winner of this game will face the winner of Sterling and IVC in the championship at 8:30. They got to hurry. They're down by 6 with now 25 seconds left to go. Cunningham with it. Sampson, they got to get something going towards the rim. McCants, deep 3 on the way. It's good.
And he makes it.
9 points for McCants. A 3-point ball game. S can run the baseline, and he does. He finds Bergsteiner, and a turnover. It's a 1-point game. Clock running out. S takes his time picking up. What a smart play. Just chuck it deep. He does. There's the foul on Justin Wright with 1.4. And what a smart play by the senior Ryan S. He did not pick up the ball, so the referee could not start his 5 count. And that killed an extra 2 seconds in this game. Then he gets it in bounds to Justin Wright, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Justin Wright will be shooting 2.
The foul's on Inhofe, just his 2nd.
1.4 seconds left. What I would suggest here is Justin Wright misses both of these on purpose, and then it will force him to heave the ball the length of the court.
Ryan S. is joining the huddle of the Silver Streaks. And Ryan S. is just standing there. Brandon Odom comes over to join him. Sampson tried to shoo him away. And the Streaks are getting a free timeout, and Coach Brown doesn't like it. But I'll tell you what, Ryan S. was right there in the middle of the huddle. And Reynolds is laughing about it. I guess what they say is if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. A free timeout as the officials are, well, I don't even know what they're talking over.
I think you're playing well.
Brandon?
Where'd you get
Brandon
all this free throw
We've
shooting
got a spare
ability?
mic.
I know it. You're hot. Tell Justin to miss if he misses the first one.
What? Bruce, that mic does not project through the whole arena. He couldn't hear that. You pretty much whispered that to our audience. Oh, Brandon is a character. He'll come over. He'll chat you up. 1.4. It looks like they're keeping everything the way they were. Ryan S. is sticking to Endhoff like glue. I might try to double team Endhoff because he is their three-point shooter. Justin Wright at the line.
Shoot two.
Shooting two. Misses the first.
Now you have to miss this on purpose, I think. You're up one. A 2 or a 3 will beat you. They're not going to shoot a 2. Yep.
A whistle blew, and then the final buzzer. What's happening here?
I don't think
we had a whistle.
I don't think the free throw hit the rim. It should be out of bounds, Galesburg.
Coach Brown saying it did hit the rim. And folks, hold on, we've got extra time here.
I don't think it hit the rim myself, but I don't know what the officials are calling.
If it doesn't hit the rim,
if it hit the rim, the game is over.
If it doesn't hit the rim, it's 1.4, and it should be Galesburg ball. Our kindful folks here at CTI trying to help us out, and they're saying it's too close to tell. Galesburg fans obviously think that it didn't hit rim. Taylorville fans think the opposite. And we're waiting on a final decision. A game ending in turmoil. Coach Brown pleading his case.
Officials are talking it over. I think the one official thought it hit the rim. Game is over.
Taylorville gets the win.
The ball did hit the rim. The officials considered that the missed free throw on purpose hit the rim, and so the clock starts as soon as it was touched. If it did not hit the rim, Galesburg would have got the ball out of bounds and had a chance with 1.4 seconds left.
And there's no replay either.
Coach Reynolds is not very happy.
He's been upset all game, and folks, we're sitting closer to Galesburg's sideline, so we're hearing all their complaints as well, picked up by Barry's mic. And Reynolds is going to let him have it, because what are they going to do? Give him a tech after the game? I mean, what does that hurt? And the thing is, there's no replay here, so it's under the official's discretion. Reynolds following them all the way to the locker room, using some adult language, and luckily we did not pick that up on our feed. And the coaches are shaking it up. Taylorville advances to the championship. They'll play tonight at 8:30. We'll have the pregame show at 8:15 right here on News Talk WTIM. Price looks like he's lost his cool, the sophomore guard as well. He just pointed up into the Taylorville sideline, or into the Taylorville crowd. I think he might have been pointing at some family members there. So nothing egregious there.
And Coach Reynolds, the class act he is, did give the official all he wanted, but now is shaking hands with the Taylorville players and Coach Brown. And Coach Reynolds not blaming this on his team, and you know, he'll blame the officials for a little bit, but he'll be ready to play tonight. What a class act Coach Reynolds is from Galesburg.
Absolutely. Coach Reynolds, a fiery coach, and he is saying something to the official scores table. No doubt voicing his concern now, saying something to the athletic director, Paul Held, for the the Taylorville athletic director. We've got the post-game show coming up next on News Talk. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Appreciate you joining us here on News Talk. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Appreciate you joining us on News Talk. Some technical difficulties there for a little bit. I think we might have dropped out during that commercial break, but we're back and ready to go, and better than ever. A 67-66 win. Taylorville over the Silver Streaks from Galesburg. Let's take a look at your scoring recap. 24-17 at the end of one, thanks in part to a big run to end the quarter by the Taylorville. It was 19-17, and they closed the game on a 5-0, or closed the quarter rather on a 5-0 scoring run to take that 7-point lead into the break. 26-17, thanks to a layup to open the second quarter. 26-19, 26-21, 29-21 after the 3-point bucket was made by Ryan S. And folks, then a 10-2 run for the Silver Streaks to really get back into the game. They notched things up at 31 points apiece. 35-35, your score at the end of the first half, and an exciting first game that was for sure. Jace Bergschneider tied it up 35-35 with a beautiful behind-the-back move to himself. Scoops it up off the glass for two, much like he has done all tournament. 37-35, Galesburg takes a 2-point lead with the first bucket of the third quarter. Back and forth the whole way. 49-50, neither team really able to get any separation. 50-49, Galesburg had the lead at the end of the third quarter. It was an exciting fourth, to say in the least. Free throws galore down the stretch. Fouls on both teams. Fouls on Galesburg. Fouls on Taylorville. As head coach Reynolds has made his way to the other broadcasting table, and all I heard him saying is it's bad, talking about the officiating. But it seems like the losing coaches often think that the officiating is suspect. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying one way or the other. Again, back and forth the entire fourth quarter. I think the biggest lead Taylorville got was 6 when they had the lead 63-57. And then really closing it out 67-66, your final score. And folks, the final minute, for lack of a better term, it was just pure chaos both ways. I mean, whistles blowing. Justin Wright goes to the free throw line there late with 1.4 left to go and misses the front end of his 2 free throws, and then intentionally misses the second one. It hit the side of the rim, went off the backboard, and then the horn sounded. One of the officials blew his whistle, stuck an arm up in the air, saying that the ball did not, in fact, connect with the rim and that it should have been Galesburg ball out of bounds. The officials met together, and they came to the joint decision of no, it did hit the rim, and the win was secured by Taylorville 67-66. That was a nail-biter if I've ever seen one. But Taylorville will advance to face the winner of Sterling and the IVC game, which is warming up right now in front of us. And the winner of that game will face Taylorville at 8:30 tonight. Pregame show starts at News Talk at 8:15. We're going to take another quick timeout. We got your scoring stats when we get back. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM, joined by head coach Ryan Brown of the Taylorville Tornadoes. Your 60th win in your career at Taylorville, and it was a nail-biter down to the stretch, 67-66. Kind of walk us through, if you can, that final minute and a half, because we said it on air, that was pure chaos here in the postgame show.
Yeah, you get up by that spread there, 6-7 points. You'd like to think you just kind of salt the game away on the free throw line, but we missed a couple free throws that were critical, really all quarter long, not just there towards the end. Just pure chaos. We tried to run our moneymaker press breaker play that we run at the end of games constantly, and we had it wide open, and B went to throw it, and they were just hanging all over him. I thought it was going to be a foul. I should have called timeout there. to bail out our guys a little bit. I thought it was a foul, but still, we shouldn't have got to that point, and I could have helped the situation a little bit better.
Yeah, you say B, talking about Brandon Odom, 13 points off your guys' bench, and really Mr. Clutch at the free throw line down the home stretch. I mean, he was really just stepping up and knocking them down.
Yeah. I mean, he was ice. He played another really good game today. We're pretty proud of him. Like I said, we got 7 starters, so he steps in and he plays starter minutes today.
We saw some interesting. There was a couple discussions between the referees there late in the game, and I believe you were coming out on the half court. Did Galesburg get a free timeout or anything out of that? I saw they were joining there, drawing on the clipboard, and Ryan S. was actually joining them in the huddle. Was
this 1.4 or before that?
Should have been before 1.4, I believe.
There were so many discussions going on that game. The last one, Justin steps to the line. He missed the first one. You'd ideally like to make both and go up 3. If they make a Hail Mary 3, at least you survive going to overtime. But he missed. So, we're, getting in Justin's ear. Hey, miss this. It's 1.4. Right. I mean, it is a very difficult shot with 1.4. You don't let him run an organized home run play that they've practiced a few times if you make it in the inbound. And Justin missed it perfectly right off that left edge, and the referee blew an inadvertent whistle, and when 2 other officials saw that it hit the rim, and I think it was kind of a 2 wrongs don't necessarily make a right, or maybe 2 wrongs made it right there. I don't know. I kind of think they should have had a little bit of time left, but in the end, I think the right play or the right call was made because it did hit the rim. It would have been the end of the game. And that's just kind of how it shook down.
And congratulations to you guys. You advanced to the championship for the 2nd year in a row. You're awaiting the winner of this game warming up. It's Sterling as well as IVC. And Sterling, you guys saw last year in the championship. You've already seen IVC one time already in this tournament, a 15-point win last night. Who are you rather looking forward to facing, I guess, as your being the head coach? You've already beaten IVC by 15, but Sterling could be a redemption game for you guys.
I don't care if we're playing Girl Scout Troop 255. No offense to those fine girls, but it's championships on the line. We can play the Bulls or we can play Christian County Pee Wee team. I don't care. It's for a nice big plaque on our home floor. Let's go.
Absolutely. Bruce, anything?
Allison Curtin was in that particular Girl Scout troop, Coach, so you might not want to play them either.
If that's true, that is amazing recall on your part.
Correct. No, congratulations again. Hard-fought game. And Brandon Odom stepped up, hit the free throws at the end. And Ryan S. did something there, did not grab the ball after the made basket. And would not let the officials start the 5 count.
Yeah.
So that was smart playing on him, too, and I'm sure it's because well coached.
Yeah, well, there's situations that you do have to talk about, and, Ryan is clever, very clever, and not only was he letting it bounce, he was watching the referee, too, because some officials will start their count when the ball's bouncing. They are supposed to do that. That did not get done this game.
Well, when he kicked the ball away on the made 3, the official did start the count. We just got it in on 5. Well, again, it caused a bad pass, gave the layup to them to come within 1.
Ryan kicked it or we kicked it?
Ryan kicked it.
Okay.
Out of the way when he could have picked it up, and the official did start the count. So very smart play by Ryan S. at the end of the game.
He's clever with that stuff. Yeah. And I mean, we recalled a set play there, or a screener play that we ran against Triad. Those guys haven't run that for a long time, and we ran it to perfection. Got B on those free throws too. So our guys, played smart. Did a good job, I think, keeping our composure too, where I think that kind of may have gotten away from Galesburg at times. But our guys played cool, and a couple of missed free throws. Otherwise, it would have been a little bit more spread out. But all in all, pretty proud of our guys to gut one out against a strong team. I mean, we had a hard time running man-to-man that game because, they would screen hard and they would bump you off all cuts. We had no freedom of movement, which we're supposed to have inside the three-point line, and so it made it hard. And I know it looked like Jace was kind of over-dribbling at times, but when 4 guys are denied and held, that's Jace has to dribble the ball and be, guy that's been there with AAU and the crazy intense games. He's been there and done that. So pretty proud of our guys.
Well, I know you don't care who you play tonight, but I hope we play Sterling. We've seen IVC last night, so let's play Sterling and beat everybody in the tournament.
That'd be a good one.
All right. Yep. Congratulations again, Coach.
All right, thanks guys.
Coach, appreciate you stopping by. Again, that's head coach Ryan Brown of the Taylorville Tornadoes, kind enough to join us on the News Talk WTIM postgame show. Taking a quick break. We got stats when we get back. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Taking a look at some scoring stats now for the Silver Streaks. They were led off their bench by Justin Intoff. He ended up with 13. Mitchell Sampson had 11 off the bench as well. Keith Cunningham had 10. Nicholas Fields had 7. Eric Price with 5, 11 for Quinn Anderson, and then 9 points for Jalen McCants. As for the Tornadoes, they were led by Jace Bergschneider. He had 21. 9 of those coming in the first quarter, rather. Nick Livingston had 11, Jack Livingston with 9, Will Kettlecamp with 4, and Ryan S. with 7. That's the scoring for your starters. Now as for the bench mob, as Coach Brown refers to him, Brandon Odom with 13 off the bench, and Justin Wright with 2. 67-66, Tornadoes win. Taking another break here on News Talk WTIM. When we get back, Bruce has your player and play of the game. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. It's time for your Doug McKinney Country Financial Agent Player of the Game. Doug McKinney at Country Financial, where they grow with you. Bruce, who are we going with today? Who's your player of the game?
I'm going to go with Brandon Odom. The way he stuck up in the fourth quarter and hit the free throws down the stretch to give us the victory. Jace Bergschneider could be the 1A choice, but I give the player of the game to Brandon Odom.
Well, Brandon hit 6 free throws in the fourth quarter, and he is your Doug McKinney Country Financial Agent Player of the Game. It's now time for your Central Illinois Smiles Family Dentistry Play of the Game. It's a play to put the biggest smile on our fans' faces tonight. Don't forget to ask about custom mouth guards for Athlete Smile by contacting Doctors Lewis and Harmon at CISmiles.com. Bruce, what's your big smile of the game today?
Well,
the final buzzer?
No, I think the biggest smile was Ryan S. Just playing smart basketball by not immediately grabbing the ball after the made basket and not letting the count start, because Galesburg scored the basket with about 10 seconds left, and the official did not start the count until it was about 6. Ryan didn't pick the ball up. He started the count. We got the ball in at 4, and Justin Wright got fouled at 1.4. Would have been a whole different story if we'd have grabbed it at 10 and and Justin would have got fouled with 5 or 6 seconds left. So
absolutely,
that's my biggest smile on my face.
Ryan S., the savvy vet. Coach Brown called him clever. Hey, let's mention Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated. They provide professional quality craftsmanship. Their location at 405 West Main Cross in Taylorville, where they're fully insured and bonded. They're a proud sponsor of the Taylorville Tornadoes. That's a wrap on the News Talk WTIM postgame show, just in time for the Sterling and IVC game to start. Keep in mind, folks, we're back with you at 8:15 for our pregame show. Unless games start going overtime again, it kind of floats. Expect to be on air about 8:15. Tip-off at 8:30. Taylorville awaits the winner of Sterling and IVC tonight in the championship.